program. Glad you're with us this morning. My name is Dr. Sock. We're slowly getting there, little by little. Say good morning to my buddy Bogart. He's in the studio. How are you, sir?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
morning.
Was that croissant? Was that good? You need another one?
Croissant went
You need another one? Have another one.
gone.
Have another one.
No.
Have another.
No.
And say hello to Martha from Out and About over the Daily Herald. How are you, my dear?
Morning. Thursday is our favorite morning with the Out and About. Go ahead and pick up the Out and About. It's a huge edition this week.
Yeah, and because Super Bowl is happening on Sunday, so I have to ask: Chiefs or Eagles? He's already on the wrong side, Bogart. So
Probably
Yeah.
got to go Eagles.
thank you. Oh,
I would really land more on just a good freaking
I
game.
give you-
Huh? Yeah, I really don't care.
That's true, too.
Yeah,
love
give me a one-score game with 5 minutes to go, and I'm good. Yeah.
Anyway, good. By the way, good morning to all of our viewers and listeners around the world, listening online at island92.com. The cameras are on in the studio, and back in the day, I remember it was just radio, right? We could come in looking like something like the cat dragged in.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
and now the cameras are on, and they can hear us.
I never
and
thought
see
about
us.
that aspect of it.
I remember that first little webcam we had. It was this teeny little thing. It was like this big, and it clipped onto the top of the
Oh, yeah.
monitor.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Ugh.
The problem is when the technology is getting bigger, the resolution is getting bigger, and somehow we're getting older. So, I mean, I wish it was the other way around.
We're
I can remember when we didn't have a computer program. It was CDs.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
They're all still in
And
the other room.
albums. Yeah, and albums.
Floppy
Yeah.
disks.
No,
Yeah.
listen, you see the turntable over
I
here.
see that. I like that. Huh? You ever play off that?
Rarely.
Yeah.
But we can.
Yeah.
I have to be careful that I
Yeah.
push the right buttons.
Yeah. Well, no more buttons would not be a good thing for Dr. Sock.
You're not. I learned that from you.
Yeah. Well,
You know what I remember is we used to have a switcher. It was all like there was a red button, a red one, and a green one,
yes.
and there were all kinds of little inputs and outputs. And to the very end, I never really understood what that actually did.
It kind of reminds me of those action movies where he's got to decide between the red or the green. And,
I'm like, just
it's
don't
like-
touch it.
Yeah.
You're better off.
Better
Don't
choice.
touch.
Look at all the pretty blue, red, and green you have in front of you now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I know which ones here I can touch.
Exactly.
though.
Exactly.
So let's see. So Super Bowl, 2/3 of us are rooting for the Eagles, and I'm only teasing. Where should we watch the Super Bowl? I've been saving it all morning to kind of give the Super Bowl update because I knew you were coming.
Well, remember last week we talked about how the best of was coming out the
Yeah.
next day, so we didn't actually get to touch on who actually got the best of, but who got best sports bar was actually Pineapple Pete.
And that's a great place to go watch on multiple levels.
For sure. Full menu, including Wasabi Charlie. You can have sushi if you want to. You can have your jerk chicken wings, all your Super Bowl favorites,
Chicken piccata.
cocktails.
Chicken
They even have some
piccata.
live music in the background. If
Chicken piccata.
if your wife doesn't really want to watch, she can watch the saxophonist who's going to be more towards the restaurant side. You got the pool tables, and even if you wanted to bring the kids, they could be fully occupied in the gaming room.
As I said, chicken piccata.
Okay.
He's kind of hung up on
One
that.
track mind here.
my chicken piccata alarm. Let's see. Here's my chicken piccata alarm. The chicken man. We usually save that for Wednesdays when chicken piccata is the special at Pineapple Pete, but
okay.
it's my favorite. But it is a great spot to go watch. The great menu, the big screen televisions, the pool table, the arcade with all the good stuff for the kids.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's never like you can sit at the bar and see the TV. You can sit at the table and eat. You can see the TV. It's a great place to go watch.
And the food never fails. I mean, it's always like, that's why you love your chicken piccata or whatever. It's like, it's always consistent.
Have you had the crab rangoon there?
Oh my
Yes.
God!
Yes,
Aren't those
just
good?
recently.
I went there for lunch the other day, and I'm
He brought them to you.
telling you that they brought some because they know that I'm a crab rangoon addict. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I got a
So-
problem with those things, man. And it's like, and so they bring them and we enjoyed them, And I'm looking around, every table. There was four tables besides us.
Mm.
They all had them. It's like a thing.
They're
So I
so
said to the waiter, I said, "Hey, what's the deal? I mean, how many things are you selling a day?" And he said, "Well, we used to get one box of them. Now we get 3 boxes of them.
And it's
That are handmade, though.
the dipping sauce that they is just killer.
Yeah, it's like some sweet Korean chili sauce.
I don't know. It's so good.
Yeah.
Well, like in the States, you always have they throw down a basket of bread. At Pineapple Beach, you just got to go straight in, order the crab rangoon while you're thinking about what you want to get. It's just
Yes,
the rolling.
exactly.
It's the rolling.
And watch
Yes.
yourself and don't eat them too fast because they come
come
out
out
right-
quick,
yeah,
but they come out
quick.
too quick.
Yeah, and it's like, you should let them sit for a little while.
So yeah, cool off.
Yeah.
But they're so.
Well, I-
That's hard to do, though.
I don't. I kind of break it open, let the steam out, so then I can dive in.
Yeah,
Faster.
you got it down. Yeah.
I
So it wasn't just me.
No,
and my
they're
friend, no.
so
It's
good.
everybody who's got a problem with those.
There's a program for this, I'm told, for the crab rangoon. We're all addicted. We're all addicted.
But there's also a couple of places like if somehow and sometimes your wife or whatever your kids still want to be on a beach
Yeah.
or something. There's a couple of great spots to go for Super Bowl,
Where would
which
you send me?
combined your Sunday beach day.
Where would you send me?
So I would then recommend either Buccaneer Beach Bar
Awesome.
or Mary's Boone
Awesome.
Boone Bar.
Because what they do at the Boone traditionally is they'll build this big screen on the beach.
Yes,
And
and they
that-
plan
and-
to do that this year too.
Super cool stuff, and it's a great spot to go hang out. And it's Simpson Bay Beach, which is like my favorite beach on the planet.
Well, of course,
And,
mine too.
We're just a little partial. And then Buccaneer, always a great spot to go hang out, and you get a nice mix of crowd at Buccaneer too, which is nice.
Buccaneer Beach and on Kimshaw Beach always also is very accommodating to children because the water there is not so rough. So it's kind of easy to,
Exactly.
hang a little bit and have your food or whatever without worrying too much about the kids. But you should always keep an eye on them, of course.
Agreed.
But so Mary's Boone does like surprise giveaways and things like that usually in the year. I don't know if they do the squares or something, but
I haven't heard about that. I haven't seen anything. No one has sent me anything about the football squares yet.
I don't know. Yeah, somebody should do squares because that's always fun.
Yeah, those are 1, 2, 3, 3 great spots to catch a Super Bowl. Pineapple Pete, Buccaneer Beach Bar, Mary's Boone Beach Resort, the Boone Beach Bar, great spot to go hang out. Where else do you have for us?
All right, so then we have actually in terms of if you're looking for like a package deal, then it's a Replay in Simpson Bay that
At the
offers
resort.
the buffet package deal, which they've done in the past, and they set up a whole bunch of tables and they set TVs all around. I have checked that out in a previous year. That's quite fun because you don't have to think too much because you just have the buffet and it's really fun, and you're on the water also.
Yeah, that's and it's a nice view there of the of the sunset. If you get there early and hang,
Exactly.
the sun goes down. You're in the perfect spot to
Great
watch
spot.
the sun sink
And
into the sea.
then I was like do a shout out to like a new sports bar coming
Where's this?
out on the
Where's this?
scene, which is the place called the Feast Cafe SXM.
Right next door, Mark. I know, and
Exactly.
Listen, you want some great Dutch snacks? This is the place to go. You want your bitterballen? Oh, it's my favorite. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because like I'm actually American, but then I found home in Dutch side St. Martin, but we have the same. It's not the same snackies, but we love our fried food. So
Yes, we do.
Super
Yes, we
Bowl
do.
goes into fried foods, wings, and this and that. But then, when you know Dutch, and I've been to Holland multiple times, it's like then you love the bitterball and the frikadellen and things like that. So Mark over there at Feast Cafe with his wife, they're not only a Dutch snack bar, but they're also like a smokehouse. And for me, that's a nice twist on Super Bowl.
Yeah, for sure. And listen, they've done a beautiful job inside the Feast Cafe. See, if you go back old school, Bogart, you'll remember when Peg Leg Pub used to be.
That's where it is.
Yeah, right next.
3 Palms.
Yeah, it was Three Palms. Was Peg Leg
In the
Three Palms
Three Palms,
Plaza?
yeah,
Then it was Three Palms. It was Three Palms Plaza. Then of course the Three Palms. Then it was Buccaneer. No, excuse me. It was Peg Leg Pub, and then it was
Was it-
Three Palms Restaurant.
That was a Thai
That's right.
place or something at one point.
And there was one spot in the middle, in between two, that just
It was
all
a Thai something or something.
yeah. So, but they've done Mark and Danita have done such a beautiful job
Now it's beautiful.
on the inside.
There was actually last year. It was something else.
Yeah, I lose track. It was a buffet of some sort.
Pirates something. Or
Yeah, I
something.
don't really, I lose track. But they've done such a great job on the inside. I think they're going to hit a home run.
So
this
they
year.
even have TVs right there on the lagoon side terrace, which they call it, the lagoon side terrace. So if you just want to sit there in the breeze on the lagoon side terrace, they also have like lounge seating
Nice.
with TVs, and then the bar has 2 TVs in there. And I did meet this very friendly bartender, interactive, and I was like, more people need to know about this place. So I think that this might be an up and coming one in the running for best of sports bar next year if they push their sporting events. So I mean, I think that Super Bowl is a good kickoff and an introduction to them on the sports scene. But then I just kind of threw in other places that you might want to mention, which is right across the street. So the locals really love to go to Cappuccino.
That's true. That's true. I'll give you a few others that I know of.
Yeah.
Fat Tony's over in
Okay.
in Jordan Village. In
Yeah,
Coop
that's
Quay.
great for the
They're-
students.
They're doing he has got all kinds of TVs all over. I'm pretty sure they always do the squares, and it is a great spot.
Oh, cool.
They have their wing day on Sunday, and it's
Perfect.
insanity during Super Bowl. And by the way, Bogart, I have a special shout out to Mr. Bogart from Bob Barron from Bobby Yeager over at.
Oh.
He just sent me a message. I'm like, Mr. Bogart.
Bobby
Is that
Yeager.
your hairdresser persona? And then I'll give you one other that they have a super huge television. Think of
Oh yeah.
4 big TVs
Okay.
all put together, and
Where is this?
it's not far from here. It's to your left, probably about 150, 200 feet. Toppers right above the bar.
Oh,
They're gonna
good
have
mention.
they're gonna have their Super Bowl stuff, and that's a huge
Okay.
television. I'm trying to think who else is
And that's air conditioned, which is nice because some people want to be by the beach, some people want the AC. We all want different things.
and the food is always good there, and
Of course.
of course you get the gelato afterward too, which to me it's like skip all the food and I'm going right to the ice cream. Right to the ice cream. That's all I could say.
But the other great sports bar, new one on the scene, just to do a little shout out, would also be the Kraken, which has very comfortable
course.
seating and big screens and a nice breeze.
and if I know anything about Timmy, there will be great football, great food,
Snackies and all that stuff.
and probably some music all at the same time too, if I know Tim. So there you go. So Kraken is another
Sounds
one.
like you know him.
Just a little bit. I'm also willing to bet that if you go out to Oyster Bay Beach Resort, they'll have some stuff going on probably not so much, maybe the Infinity, but out at the beach bar and the veranda as well. I'm just kind of running down my list of other places in my head.
Well, when you think of the French side, it's American football thing.
yeah.
So, like you said, more of a resorts might have feature something, but the sort of sports bars don't. I don't think they get quite into this.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I have to bet that Astra will probably have the game on.
It's Amore Lounge
Amore's
is doing
doing-
some specials, I think, for
Amore.
sure.
I was close.
Yeah.
I was close. So there, I'm trying to think who else is probably.
The Beer Garden Maho posted something about something. Then you have Patrick with the Home Bar, which is just like it's kind of a little. I don't know if you've been in there, but it's running a lot of the soccer matches and this and that.
So
So
I'm sure they'll
I'm
have to
sure
do
he'll probably do something.
And then also, I'm willing to bet. Actually, I know the Hole in the Wall in Maho will have the game on for sure. That's always a fun spot to stop by. And that's everything that I could think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, unless it was like maybe Three Angle Bar tends to do sports, and then or maybe even Hupple the Pub is doing something. But I haven't seen too much, infos on that yet.
What about anything from over at the Morgan? Or no? I haven't heard anything about happening over there at Morgan and them for Super Bowl. I suspect they'll do something for VD. the following week. But we'll talk about that
Yes,
next week.
they have some upcoming nice
VD.
chef menu for Valentine's
V-
Day.
VD.
But
I thought that's what you said.
VD.
I'm sure they'll have the game
We
on.
don't, no. Back. You're not allowed to say it's radio.
VD.
Yeah, because it's radio, and we'll be very conservative and conscious of how much airtime we
Okay.
use. So we just
VD.
abbreviate it
Sounds
VD.
Wow.
I'll save your airtime
Yeah.
airtime right now, and we're gonna talk about
VD.
VD next Thursday because next Thursday is the 13th, and we got VD rolling right.
You know how
into
much
the
I hate
weekend.
that holiday. That I look forward to the VD radio show where it's all about love and stuff, and then the following broadcast, which will be Monday this year, will be the anti-Valentine's Day edition of Fresh Air in the Morning, where the music is just awesome. And I used to love her.
I've done that.
Killer. It just goes on. The list goes on and on.
I think it's always good to throw an anti-Valentine's Day party because then you get all the singles coming out. They're
Well, that's the
looking to
idea.
do something. Yeah, that's more fun than, table reservations. But it's good to if you are in a couple, it's good to start thinking about reservations because things fill up fast. So if you pick up the Out and About, we have a bunch of suggestions and contact informations and great places to go. But we'll mention that all next week also.
Cool. So where do folks get the Out and About? Maybe we should start with the real simple question we all know, but maybe somebody who's listening doesn't. Where does one get
What's
the
so
Out
great
and
is that we have all these little convenience stores, that we call Chinese, which
Chinese,
sounds discriminatory, but
No, they're all owned by our
Yeah.
Chinese brothers and sisters.
And I ran down the tiny Chinese down there in Simpson Bay, and they don't have the newspaper for some reason. I was like, I really want to check it out, but I know that you always pick it up on Thursday morning, so that's also why I come in. I can check it out.
Listen,
Make
one of the things I learned from Bogart early on was the first thing you do in the morning when you get here is you grab the Daily Herald out of the
Nice.
mailbox, right? And that we used that before we had lots of computers, but that's how we did the weather.
That's
remember?
exactly. Well, it was basically what the whole. There was a large amount of the show was about the Daily Herald. I
Yeah.
mean, stuff that you would take out of there and
Yeah.
either sympathize with or criticize or laugh at or whatever it was.
All the above.
Whatever the emotion was you wanted to get on. Yeah.
Exactly.
But apart from Super Bowl, I just wanted to mention something else, which was that this weekend we have, which is pretty cool, we have 2 premieres of movies that were made by, quote unquote, locals or something.
Oh, yeah. So I would imagine that one of them is Combina.
Yes.
with,
you interviewed
Leongo,
them.
yeah. Leongo
And so
Giuliano.
that's actually tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, Caribbean Cinemas.
Exactly.
And he's a architect. He's a Dutch architect, but he grew up here. He was a really super interesting guy to talk to and has done all kinds of architectural stuff all around the Caribbean. I think yesterday they were on Saba. I think today they're in Statia. And tomorrow they're back here.
Probably for the
And-
premiere.
And the premiere is at Caribbean Cinemas at, I want to say 8 o'clock. It's either 8 o'clock or 7
It's
o'clock.
7 or 8
It's,
o'clock.
I think
I'm not sure if they're sold out. Probably can get tickets on the
you get the
movie
ticket.
theater.
Tickets at the movie theater are available. That I
But
know.
then the other one is on Sunday, and
that
they've actually booked out 2 screening rooms.
Okay, and what's that premiere? I don't
So
know.
this one is called The Wonderful Counselor, which also features local actors and the director Peter Sang. Yeah. And that's on Sunday night,
Awesome. What time?
and also around 7 o'clock.
Mhm.
But it's that one they're gonna do kind of a red carpet, and there's a bunch of dignitaries like prime ministers and stuff like that showing up. So they have a huge article in the Out and about that if you want more details, where I actually interviewed the director and the 2 main actors.
Awesome.
But it's about what's nice is that it was actually developed to be like a mini series. So they took the first season and they lumped it into the one movie, but they hope to do a second season. But it has the format of the psychiatrist, the dynamics with the wife, troubles at home in his own relationship, and then his patients and people kind of interwoven in. So it's a storyline that can continue. So really, when you go see the premiere, the first movie, quote unquote, you're seeing the first season, and then they hope to get additional funding to launch a second season. But it's
Awesome.
all local.
And that's in your hot seat.
Yeah, huge hot seat. It's like it's a hot seat on fire. Somebody's like, oh, this is too big. It's a full pager. So, but if you're local, and I think we should promote our local actors. and production, because I was even saying to you, it's like, Hollywood, it's kind of a joke, but it's for real. Like, Hollywood's literally burning down, which is really sad. I have a family and
They-
friends out there.
They finally have the fires under control.
Yeah.
They've 100% contained this.
But this
because
has to affect the music,
scare-
the industries.
all of it.
But also that puts why can't we as a local little St. Martin get some, exposure on that main stage? Everything's changing with Netflix and this and that. And let's promote our local talent, right?
Without a doubt.
That's a great thing.
Yeah, I'll also tell you that if you would like to hear the interview I did with Leongo Juliana, that's available. The video and the audio is available on Island 92 Facebook.
The
If-
Facebook
Yeah,
page.
if
Okay,
folks would
yeah.
like to see that as well. So that's out there.
Yeah,
And some
good.
good
I bet
stuff.
you there's some great cinematography in that with drones and stuff. So I do want to see that. But then the other thing I just wanted to toss in there, because I know your listeners love Jimmy Buffett.
Mhm.
So and there is a resort in Anguilla that's going to be having a free Jimmy Buffett tribute band coming up later, but that's also in the Out and About. But I think the catch is that it's free if you stay at the resort. And then there's a charge if you're not staying at the resort. So there's a little
Awesome.
bit of a catch, but you can
Awesome
check that
stuff.
out.
Awesome stuff. And because Out and About has been in existence for as long as I can remember. As long as I'm here, it was. I would imagine, Bogart, this was here in the very beginning of.
I don't think Out and About
No?
was in the. I don't think it became a supplement on Thursdays
Yeah.
until maybe a couple of years into.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember when
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I loved it when it started.
Remember all the pictures.
Yeah, no, the pictures were it was a really
The
cool
pick
thing.
pages,
Yeah,
the pick
pick
pages.
were-
Claudette's still going around.
Claudette
getting- yeah.
Alexander.
She's
Wow.
still going around. We got a nice
Oh,
shirt for
babe.
her to wear with the Out and About now to go
Yeah,
around. She
oh,
really
babe.
covered the multi-hull.
I
So we
know.
actually have a lot of pictures in the pick page. I kind of crammed them in because I wanted to, cover the fact that she covered all that multi-hull. But the other thing is, and you said you already kind of met with her, is that some people are not into Super Bowl or maybe want to do something that morning, but there's a Art in the Park
Yeah, and listen.
Sunday morning.
And Barbara was just in a little while ago
Oh,
from Art in
okay.
the Park, and she wanted me to let everybody know how thankful she was
Oh,
to
good.
you for making sure that it got in, out and about.
A couple times, yeah.
2 times in a row. So
Exactly.
you.
Squeezed her into this big edition because I
you.
do think,
she was she was very complimentary.
we're all in the loss of Ruby Butte, and then this is a nice and important event because I guess the daughter and the granddaughter, they'll be there too. But then all the other artists and up and coming. So it's going to be a really nice event at the Emilio Wilson Park.
And that's this Sunday from 10 to 4. $1 to park, $1 to get in, and food,
Mhm.
drinks, arts,
Yeah,
craft,
$2, and you get to. I mean, great thing to take a kid to because
bouncy castle for the kids.
yeah, but kids to understand art and
Ice
all
cream.
that. Yeah,
Food, sugar, get them all sugared up, let them run around.
Yeah. so that they can pass out and you can go to a movie premiere or a Super Bowl Sunday.
there you go.
That tied it all up, nice little knot.
And if they're
Love
bouncing
it.
around too much, then take them Super Bowl Sunday to Mary's Boone or Buccaneer. But
Let 'em
keep
bounce
an
off the
eye
bus.
on them when they go in the water.
Please.
Please.
Please, please, please. Always a pleasure. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me
And,
every week, Sock.
And thank you, Bogart, for sitting in. I knew that this would be an interesting
Yeah.
interesting one. And when do you fly home? Or should I ask?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Next year.
Today's
you
the
gotta-
last day. That's why I'm skipping my lunch with you today to go to the beach.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Enjoy the beach.
He's calling out
You sound like
sick.
you sound like you're busy anyway.
One of those crazy days. You're looking a little pale. Work on the tan.
Yeah, okay.
He's
Work on
calling
it.
out sick on his business lunch break day, and he's going to be swimming instead. It's a good move. Good move.
Listen, the water.
Good recommendation.
the water is chilly
Oh,
this time of
golly,
year.
yes, so
See,
it is.
is
Yeah.
it chilly for you?
Well,
It's chilly
yes,
for me.
it is. So it's the time of the year. You people don't. That's why the beach is wide open now for us.
But I think that he has got a point. And the thing is, it's since it's chilly, if you're really going to go for a nice dip, and I
Yeah.
remember when you were talking about how everybody has this cough and this flu going around, the best
Oh.
thing to do is to take a dunk. So to add on to that, the best thing to do is to take a dunk in the middle of the day when the water's the warmest.
yeah.
Listen, my grandma.
So that's what he plans to do today.
Grandma Socran's answer to any ailment that you might have had was go in the ocean. And and she's right. You have a sore throat and a cold, you're all congested, the sinuses are about, go in the ocean.
Yeah.
You stubbed your toe and it's bleeding, go in the ocean. You know that
I
was
will
her-
say there is another side of that coin.
Yeah.
Go in the ocean and get an earache. That's what I'm dealing with.
Oh,
You know, I got
yeah.
a problem with my left ear. I have forever, and it was doing so good. And then yesterday, it started, and I got something bad going on in there.
All right, so go in the ocean, but don't
Yeah.
dunk. But you can
Well,
still
there
dunk
you
in the
are.
ocean.
Don't put your left ear in.
Put your finger in your ear.
Suck some salt water in, get the throat cleaned out, but don't
Yeah.
stick your ear in.
Oh,
That's different.
obviously, I learned my lesson, didn't I?
But Sock, I did want to say thank
Yeah.
you for the pastry. I cannot say no to the pastries.
Coffee,
Yeah.
and croissants provided by Le Sucrier. Thank you, guys.
Oh my God, it's just pretty much one of
Did
the
you have
best.
Did you have the
pastries.
plain one or the chocolate
I
one?
have to go for the chocolate if there's one in
Same,
there. Sorry,
same.
I have to do it.
You had the plain or the chocolate?
It's gone. Chocolate.
Doesn't even
The
remember.
chocolate.
He sucked it in so fast. He doesn't even.
chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something about these croissants that are just The-
Well, they've always been so good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
just
probably
melt
the
in your mouth.
quality of the butter or something like that. You know,
and the
some
skill.
people.
I don't,
yeah.
how
no,
they,
they're just delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, just delicious.
Listen, when I pull in every morning about 6:30 in the morning, and the smell
Ah,
as I pull into
Yeah.
the driveway, I put on 5 pounds just
Yeah.
walking into the building. That's how good it smells.
I grew up in a bakery, you know?
Oh,
Yeah, that smell, huh?
just you know what?
That smell.
Just give me a baguette. Give me
Yeah.
2 baguettes. I don't need butter. I don't need a knife. I just eat the baguette hot, right out, rip it apart, right out of the oven. My
It's really
favorite.
like even if you were a tourist staying in Simpson Bay Resort or something like that, you really got to come down and eat. Like, because what's great is that you're experiencing the French like culinary, you know, the best of. When you go to Paris or whatever, is to walk into a cafe like that. We have it right here. Walk in, fresh baguette, fresh pastries, great internet. Right, some people like that as an internet cafe to sit on the lagoon with the breeze, but it's just a gorgeous place.
Well,
It's a real deal.
Yeah, no, for sure.
They also do all those cakes and all the stuff, which is also good to pick
Okay,
up.
you're all gonna laugh at me, but you know what? I went in there. This is a couple weeks ago. I went in early one morning to grab. I was starving. I don't know what it was before I started this health
Pastry
kick.
chick? Okay.
This health kick, right? That I was trying to eliminate all the carbs and the sugar and everything else. He makes I remember when I was a kid in school at lunchtime on Fridays, it was always pizza day, and they would make pizza squares
Yeah.
in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
So I walk in, and what's sitting in the counter are little square pieces of pepperoni pizza that were like harking back to the pizza square days of elementary school. And I'm like, I'll take 2 of those. I took a plain one and a pepperoni one, and I brought them home. And about lunchtime that day, I kind of warmed them up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, were they good?
Yeah.
Oh my
Alright.
God, were those good? Those were super awesome. And no offense to any of my my pizza connoisseurs, these were really, really quite good over it.
Well, I know you were talking. It was funny about before the best of came out.
Mhm.
You were talking about pizza, and you went into a whole rant about Domino's Pizza,
Their pizza's
who
awesome.
actually gets #1 best pizza on the island, which kind of irks some people if you're really into the gourmet French Italian style.
Go
pizzas.
have Domino's pizza here.
Yeah.
It will be like no other Domino's pizza
Yeah,
that you
I
have
think
anywhere
that's
in the
the thing.
world. You know,
Serious.
we have particularly good water for making pizza dough. It's the right pH.
Huh.
And when you think about the volume that the volume is the volume that they make, the amount of dough that they have to make.
Yes.
You know, it's much smaller, right? The pizzas are all made by hand. It's not your typical Domino's where they're making for, 50 stores and you're making thousands of pizzas
Gotcha.
a day.
Mm.
You know, it's a smaller, there's the airport, there's here and Bush Road. And it is, it's
It also
all,
probably comes down to good management,
Yeah,
regulation, and good business.
because they're
and
using all the
teamwork
same
and all that
restaurants
stuff,
and
too.
ingredients, but it's made with love
Hey, it's
Yeah, I
the,
think
and
hey,
good
so.
pH for the dough.
Hey, it's the
Yeah.
Caputos.
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
a Caputos.
Are we making you blush, Heather? We're trying. And John.
But then later, we have to talk about V-Day next week. But then even after that, I feel like we're gonna blink. February's gonna be over, and all of a sudden we're gonna be rolling into Regatta. I'm like, this
Hanukkah
is
Regatta
just
number
gonna be
45 coming up. Always a pleasure.
a quick one.
Thank you for coming in.
All right,
Heather.
thanks for having me.
And we're going to take a quick break. Be right back. More Fresh Air in the Morning is on the way.